My name is Donna Swanson. I'm the Executive Director at Focus Alternative Learning Center, and we are an organization that works with kids on the autism spectrum. And we are here to do our show, Focus on Autism, to bring out different issues and let you know more about what it's like to be on the autism spectrum. I have some very good buddies here that you've met on different occasions. I'm the host or hostess, and this is my co-host,
Lucas Hofstetter. Nice to meet you all. Thank you for joining us. If you're returning from a previous show, thank you for rejoining us. Today we're going to be talking about a subject that's very, very huge, both for people on the spectrum and off, and that subject is relationships. We're going to be discussing a little bit about what we value in our relationships, how we go about them, and really how they make a difference for us, what it is that, that our relationships provide us that helps us get through life and make life richer and more positive. So without further ado, we'll...
Well, one of the things that I wanted to talk about is, very briefly, is that I see autism as a relationship disorder and a biological relationship disorder. And because of the things like processing and communication and how we perceive the world, makes it harder for us to have relationships. That's why relationships are so important. And what you will see here are people, you know, the six of us have excellent relationships with each other, and how we got to do that. And if you're working with anybody who is on the autism spectrum, developing a relationship, wouldn't you agree, Lucas, is the first and foremost...
You can't accomplish anything unless you have a positive relationship with us. That's correct.
Okay, so I'm going to start with you, and then I'm going to talk with Emily and with Dan. But what are some of the things that you value are necessary? Because you do not form relationships easily.
No. My biggest problem forming relationships is that I have very big problems being able to trust others. It takes a very great deal of effort and a lot of time to earn my trust. And a single slip in that process can often come at the cost of the entire relationship. I need to be able to perceive that the person with whom I'm forming the bond is truly and sincerely interested in a bond for its own sake and doesn't have some ulterior motive, because I've gotten that a lot. It needs to be somebody that I can tell is kind, compassionate, and really honest, someone that I can trust, because trust really is like one of it is one of the most important building blocks of a relationship. You can think of a relationship as sort of like a building, and in order to construct a building, first you need to lay a foundation. That foundation would be trust and comfort. And then upon that foundation, you build the framework, which may be interactions with each other, hanging out, whatever it may be, depending on the relationship, be it a coworker, a friend, a girlfriend, a spouse. The relationship that you build upon that foundation can look anything like a cute little homely cottage to a huge castle, if you want to extend the metaphor that far. But you can't build anything on top of dry ground. You need a foundation of trust.
That's so true. Alex, you're swinging your glasses. I don't know if that's going to be a problem or not. Emily, what about for you? What do you look for in relationships?
Well, of course, I also look for the trust factor, and yeah, trust is a really big part of it, and because I'm a pretty shy person, and it's hard when you get to know me, and I automatically assume that people are out to get me, or they don't like me or something.
Where does that come from, Emily? Is that from when you were a little kid, or?
I don't know. It's just even to this day, when I don't get, like, if I say hi to people and I don't get responses back, or even if I don't, I just around and like, I don't know. I feel like it's somehow my fault that they think I'm a bad person or something. Mm-hmm. Even though, but it's just mostly due to my shyness that I don't approach others with, you know, a really big friendly hi and a big smile. Mm-hmm. And so they don't so I don't get the same back, but since I don't get that back, it makes it feel like
It's your fault?
yeah, and I was like, but it doesn't register that it's like, wait, I'm not really saying going up to them either, but so there's like all these people these cool people that I would like to be friends with, but I'm too. It's too hard for me to just go up to them.
Which makes it easy how you met your boyfriend, right? How did that start?
I met him on the internet 8 years ago.
Not eHarmony or something like that.
Not a chat room.
Not a chat room, but on a forum that you both had interests in.
Yeah.
So you were able to connect with him via messages and typing, and that helped build a very strong friendship.
Yes.
Because it took the social anxiety out of it,
Mhm.
and he ended up being somebody that you could really trust.
Yeah.
And you have a great relationship with your mom, and how does that feel for you? Like why is that so good?
I know because she was just always she was always there looking out for me and my brother. She was a full-time mother, but that's when I say full-time, I mean it. She didn't. Raising us was her job. She needed. It was well worth. I hope she thinks it was well worth it anyway.
I know she does.
But it's just.
What you're saying too, it was a lot of work for her.
It was a lot of work, and she had to advocate a lot for us because both me and my brother are on the spectrum, and we needed accommodations, and she fought tooth and nail for us, and she's very protective, and yes, she is definitely a mother in that regard, and I love her.
Now you do have quite a few friends, more than you probably realize. There's a lot of people that look up to you at Focus and in your job that you do, but one of the things that people like about you is that you are so honest and are so kind, and since you're real, there's nothing phony about you. You're real, and I think people can see that right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're very loyal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're a good friend. How about you, Dan?
Okay.
What do you look for in relationships?
Someone that could understand me in general. I definitely have trouble with social anxiety, and my parents and my two sisters now have not understood that quite well. So they're very understanding when it comes to that.
Yeah, and you're also very lucky. You have parents that have been very, very supportive of you and fight hard for you, and you're actually homeschooled now.
I am. Yeah, I have been homeschooled not since after first grade, I believe.
Yep, and the reason because of your social anxiety and.
Yeah, and the school I was in was not a very good one.
They didn't understand.
They didn't really understand, so I was homeschooled after that point. And my mom was able to